Everyone watching this right now probably shares the same painful regret. We all watched NVIDIA climb from $300 to over $1,000, and we sat on our hands. We watched the AI gold rush create millionaires overnight, and we felt like we missed the boat. But I am here to tell you that the boat hasn't left the harbor, it just changed course, and almost nobody is looking at the new destination. You need to stop obsessing over the chips. The chips are just the engine. An engine is useless without fuel, and right now, the AI engine is running on fumes. We are currently living through the year 2025, and a massive structural crisis is silently unfolding across the United States. It is a crisis of electricity. The AI models we are building are becoming so powerful that they are literally breaking the power grid. And for you, the investor, this broken grid is the single most lucrative opportunity of the next decade. Forget the software. We are going to talk about the hardware that keeps the lights on. Let me take you inside the boardroom of a major tech giant for a second. Imagine you are the CEO of a company like Microsoft or Google. You have billions of dollars in AI chips sitting in a warehouse, ready to be deployed, but you can't turn them on. Why? Because the local utility company just told you there's a 5-year waiting list to get enough power to your data center. This is not a hypothetical scenario. This is the reality on the ground right now. A deep dive report I've just analyzed exposes the terrifying math. The US grid is ancient. Half of the transmission lines in this country were built before most of you were born. They are over 20 years old, often 40 or 50. They are crumbling. And yet, by 2028, AI data centers are going to demand an additional 89 gigawatts of power. To give you a sense of scale, that is like trying to plug the entire United Kingdom into a power socket that was installed in 1970. The grid cannot handle it, and when supply hits a brick wall while demand goes vertical, prices explode. That is your buy signal. So, how do we trade this? We aren't going to buy a boring utility ETF that moves 2% a year. We are going to target the emergency room surgeons who are fixing this heart attack. The first area you need to own is the off-grid revolution. Because big tech companies cannot wait 5 years for the utility company, they are taking matters into their own hands. They are installing massive power generators right in their own parking lots. The leader in this space is Bloom Energy. They make solid oxide fuel cells. Think of them as power plants in a box. The report highlights that demand for this specific technology is projected to skyrocket because it is the only way to bypass the grid bottleneck immediately. Bloom Energy is already putting deals on the table with major hyperscalers. When you buy a stock like this, you aren't betting on a concept. You are betting on the desperation of big tech to keep their servers running. But there is a second, even more fascinating play that Wall Street is just starting to reprice. It involves the unlikely marriage of crypto and AI. For years, people hated on Bitcoin miners for using too much electricity. Well, guess what? Now, that electricity access is the most valuable asset on the planet. Bitcoin miners are sitting on massive, pre-approved power connections that would take AI companies years to build. We are seeing a great pivot where miners are transforming into AI data centers. Look at Core Scientific. They signed a $1 billion deal with CoreWeave to host AI computing. Look at Iris Energy or TeraWulf. These companies are effectively landlords of power. The market is slowly realizing that these aren't just crypto gamblers anymore, they are critical infrastructure plays. If you have the stomach for volatility, owning these power shells is like owning the only gas station in a desert. Finally, we have to respect the laws of physics. You cannot rebuild a grid without heavy machinery and raw materials. The US creates a bottleneck, but the solution requires turbines and transformers. GE Vernova AI is the titan here. As renewable energy proves too unstable for 24/7 AI needs, we are seeing a massive resurgence in demand for gas turbines to provide baseload power. GE Vernova's order book is expanding because they're the ones selling the heavy hardware. And deeper down the supply chain, you have Eaton Corporation, which makes the electrical switchgear that manages all this power. And let's not forget the blood in the veins of the grid, copper. You cannot move electricity without it. The report forecasts a severe copper shortage starting this year, in 2025. A company like Freeport ran as your hedge against inflation and your bet on the physical reality that the world is short on copper. Listen, opportunities like this don't happen often. Usually, by the time you hear about a trend, it is too late. But the energy deficit is a multi-year supercycle that is just beginning. The chips have had their run. The software has had its hype. Now, the money is rotating into the unsexy industrial machinery that makes it all possible. The bottleneck is the power socket. If you position your portfolio in companies like Bloom Energy, Core Scientific, GE Vernova, and Freeport You are positioning yourself at the choke point of the entire 21st century economy. Don't let the headlines distract you. Follow the current. Follow the electricity. That is where the next fortune will be found.